Welcome to Love Is. I am your host, Stacey Herrera, and today we are doing something a little bit different. What we're about to explore is actually from my biweekly newsletter, Sage and Grace, which comes out every other Friday. Sage and Grace was like born of this need that I had to really talk truthfully about life over 40. Love and relationships, but also the beautiful raggediness of becoming and embracing and creating a different recipe for thriving at this stage. And if this sounds like something you're into, you can subscribe to get Sage and Grace delivered straight to your inbox at staceyherrera.com/sage, SAGE. And also the link is in the show notes. Today, we are talking about the mirror, specifically what it's like to see yourself changing right before your eyes and being surprised by your reflection, sometimes feeling beautiful and uncomfortable and feeling like you're coming undone all at once. Let's get into it. So, I am in a new relationship with the mirror lately. It is not playful like it was in my 20s. I used to flirt with myself in my 20s. I would catch my reflection and smile like me and that young woman had an inside joke. And it's also not like it was in my 30s and 40s because I feel like the only thing I did in my 30s and 40s was like scan for something to fix. I treated my face and my body like it was a project that I needed to fix or repair. And yeah. Now that I'm at this age, I'm like, "Ooh, girl, I should have been kinder to me." But now it's also different. Things are slower and sometimes I don't wanna say more brutal, but brutal in a different way because now it's not about picking myself apart. I'm just noticing things that weren't there before. Like, you know what I mean? You might know what I mean. I still remember when I saw, like, a couple of wrinkles under my chin in my 40s, and when I turned my head, they were gone, and then one day they stayed, and I'm not really sure what day that was, but they are here now, and the chin is definitely a little bit closer to the ground than it used to be. Um, my skin feels thinner. It's definitely a lot drier. My hair isn't as full as it once was, and I always had fine hair, but there is definitely less of it now. And some mornings, oh my God, some mornings before I even open my eyes, my eyeballs feel like the Sahara, just thirsty. And don't even get me started on the chalky chapped lips. I never had chapped lips like I do now. You get the theme here? There's dryness and hydration going on. It's a lot, and sometimes it's hard not to scrutinize. And I also feel more of myself than I've ever been. I love how soft I'm becoming. I love the shape of my body right now. Like my inheritance came in, your girl got a booty. Like, and even though the rest of my body is different than it was, I'm loving that. And I love that I am in my grounded season, just moving through the world, gathering a heap and helping of unbotheredness every single day. And it's also weird because while I am completely smitten with 50 something me, but I'm also uncomfortable with a lot of the physical changes, and both things can be true at the same damn time. There are days when I look at my reflection and I think, damn, girl, look at you. You're grown and grounded and shit. And other days, I don't even recognize myself. I'm like, when did that happen? You know? I used to think that confidence meant always liking what you saw, but now I know that it just means being kind to yourself even when you don't like what you see. And I don't know about you, but I'm not trying to go back. I do not miss being young, not even a little bit. And I also wasn't prepared for the whiplash of how quickly things change. And maybe it didn't change quickly. Maybe, I think that our brains show us the same image in the mirror for a really long time. And then when it registers that something has changed, it shows us and it's very jarring. I could be wrong about that, but that's my theory and I'm sticking with it. It's like one day you wake up and estrogen has straight ghosted you. Like, no forewarning, no breakup text, just poof, gone. And estrogen is about more than reproductive organs. There are estrogen receptors in every cell in the body. So that is a significant change and you feel it everywhere. And then there is the heat, if that's your experience. Hot flashes are one of my experiences, and the tenderness and a different kind of fatigue. It's new. It doesn't feel like you worked all day, you didn't get enough sleep because you were at the club kind of fatigue. This is something else, right? You need a different kind of rest. You need to prioritize rest. And the dehydrated skin. And the dehydrated skin. But there is also this softening and joy that feels buoyant and resilient. And don't get me started on the sensuality remix because sultry is becoming normal, even though it's subtle because it's not pretentious, like it's not of performance. It's just more accessible, deliciously more accessible. But wait, there's more. I don't know if you're having this experience or not, but my bullshit detector is on 10. It is so much more difficult to pull the wool over my eyes right now. And it's easy for me to walk away from things that don't feel aligned. That used to be a challenge. I used to weigh the pros and cons like crazy. I cannot tell you how many times I have talked myself into things that weren't good for me and not even realize that that's what I was doing. But those days are gone. Now I am able to feel alignment. I'm much more discerning and I'm taking my time. I value unhurriedness. Slowness is my jam. And if people need to hurry, I have no problem saying, please walk ahead. I'll catch up. I love the slow lane and silence. When I was younger, I used to feel compelled to fill silence. I was very uncomfortable with silence in conversation, but now I could just be in it. And I'm loving people who just get it. Not like just the silence, but who get me and get where I'm coming from without me needing to give long, drawn out explanations, without me coming up with 50 million metaphors just so I can land the plane in their understanding. I appreciate the gettingness. I love that. I'm loving that. And I do not miss the accoutrements of youth, but I do miss the ease. There was some ease that happened in youth that is noticeably absent in this season because looking good and feeling good takes a little bit more zhuzhing. Even back when I was picking myself apart, it didn't take a lot of effort to shift. It's like, oh, I just need a little bit of eyeliner and some lip gloss and I'm good. But now it takes a little bit more time, more attention, and sometimes that feels burdensome. Other times it feels like devotion, right? But I am learning to treat my reflection like someone I deeply love and not someone I'm just trying to tolerate. I am practicing, actively practicing not picking myself apart, practicing accepting myself, and also appreciating the parts of me that I want to make some changes to. Because again, everything can be true all at once. And I'm not great at it every day, but I'm better at it more days than before. Underneath the filters and the products and the serums and the ring lights, there's just me trying to do right by the woman who greets me in the mirror. And I deserve recognition and reverence for my efforts. Applause, claps for Stacey. I mean, think about how much time we spent trying to earn love by performing the attraction dance, trying to contort ourselves to match society's version of pretty, and all the ways we believe that we had to be desirable to be worthy. I don't know about you, but I am so grateful that that ship has sailed. I am so grateful because I love feeling good in my skin for no other reason than it's mine. I am so proud of how far I've come because I choose ease and pleasure and shapewear in this season. And also because I have accepted that hydration is my new love language. I'm not just drinking the water, I am carrying the emotional support water bottle. I mean, moisture everywhere on my skin, in my eyes, in my life. I am moisturizing metaphysically at this point. I mean, I am serious about it. I got a jug of water right here next to me right now. And I do not have time to chase youth. I am too busy chasing presents and peace and glistening, unthirsty skin. Do you hear me? And now on good days, I can look at myself and say, I see you. I'm with you. And nothing is happening right now. We're okay. Actually, that last part I say more often than the other part. I often say to myself, "Nothing's happening right now. We're okay." Like, that is one of my go-to ways to reset my nervous system when I'm starting to feel frazzled. I put my hand over my heart and I say, "Nothing's happening right now. We're okay." Whew. We gotta use the tools that are available to us. But I digress. Aging is not punishment, and it's not betrayal. It's beautiful. But maybe you're listening to this and thinking, I do not feel beautiful right now. Maybe you've been avoiding the mirror. Maybe you're tired of trying so damn hard. And if that's you, I get it. I get it. And you're not alone. So many of us are navigating this reckoning with our bodies right now. Not just what they look like, but what they're holding and what they've carried and how little time and space we get to be okay with all this. Nobody really talks about how intimate aging is, how tender and how personal it is. We joke about it. We say things like, I'm aging like fine wine, not getting older, getting better. And that helps sometimes. But you know what I wish? I wish that we would stop trying to make it cute and just keep it real about it being scary and strange and hard and powerful and revolutionary and eye opening. And if it feels like you're still trying to figure this shit out, welcome. Me too. You're in good company. I wonder if part of what makes life over 40 so strange is that we're finally seeing ourselves without the noise, you know? The performance and the pretension is gone, and what's left is just us. And here we are, softening, sensual, and hydrating, trying to accept that we're worthy because we exist. We need more spaces where we can be honest about this kind of stuff, where we can say, hey, my hair is thinning and my skin is dry. My face looks very, very different than it used to. And I still desire to be desired. Where we can admit that it hurts sometimes and that we're doing our best not to let that discomfort turn into shame. We deserve to feel beautiful now, not once we fix it, not when we find the right serum, not when we get the perfect lighting, but now, in this body, in this skin, with this water bottle, in this season. So if nobody's told you lately, you're beautiful and you are doing beautifully. Even if you're tired, even if you're frustrated, even if you're still learning to love what you see. I am. I'm still learning to love what I see too. Because we're doing this sacred work of staying with ourselves and making room for grief and grace and gratitude. Oh, I'm so glad you're here with me. Thank you for being here with me. If this episode resonated with you, share it with another midlife woman who is in the thick of it. Just share it to let her know that we're all in this together. You can also leave a review if you feel so inclined. You can come over and say hey on Instagram or TikTok. I always love hearing how these reflections land. So feel free to DM me. You can also send me an email. You can also send me a voice note. All the links are in the show notes. And I do respond to everything personally because that's what friends do. But before we go, I want to give you one more tiny reminder. If all you do today is look in the mirror and not flinch, you are winning, and it counts, and that's enough, and that's everything. So until next time, I love you.